Hello everyone, my name is Rajni Gupta and today I am going to showcase you my work on Telangana tourism analysis. So I have participated in a challenge which is organized by the Code Basics where I need to provide the insight to the Telangana government regarding its tourism. So the domain of this challenge is a tourism. So let's discuss about it. So let's talk about the agenda of this entire presentation. So first I'll be discussing about the introduction of Telangana. Then we will be understanding about the data set which has been provided by the Telangana government under its open data policy. And third, we will be looking at the request which has been done by the Peter Pandey. And then after analyzing the data, we will provide some insight into it. And based on those insight, the data driven decision can be made and we can give some recommendation to the government to improve the tourism. So Telangana state is located in the southern part of the India and it is formed on the 2nd of the June 2014 and Hyderabad is its capital. Just like a Hyderabad, there are many famous districts like Wrangle, Nizamabad, Khammam, Karimnagar and Ramagundam, etc. So it's time to understand the data sets. Let's get into it. So basically there are the two tables has been provided. One is for the domestic visitor which contain the information about the visitors from India, and the foreign visitors, this table contains the information about the tourist from outside the India. So after analyzing the tables, I came to know that there are a lot of null value present in both the tables. So as you can see that this visitor columns here, 34% of the null values are the present in the domestic table, and the same way 32% of the null values are present in the foreign visitors table. So after cleaning this data, I started working with it. So the data has been provided from a year 2016 to the 2019. So after removing the null values from the table, I started with the data modeling and I connected these two tables, the domestic visitors and the foreign visitor table, with each other, and I came to know that the cardinality is many to many. The many to many relationship exists between these two tables. So the very first request from the Peter Pandey is list down the top 10 districts that have a highest number of domestic visitors overall from year 2016 to year 2019. For this I have used a stack bar chart, and after analyzing the data, so we can see here the Hyderabad is having the highest number of the visitor, which is nothing but a 84 million, which is followed by Rajna Sarsila 42 million, and then after that Wrangle Urban, which is having around 31 million. And if I'll talk about the bottom district, it's a Jagsir, which is having a 11 million visitors. So overall the insight which we can get from this is that these are the top 10 districts which are having the highest number of domestic visitors, which is in millions, right? So we can say that these districts are doing really well. So now let's talk about the second and the third request from the Peter Pandey. It says that the list down the top three district and the bottom three district based on the compound annual growth rate of a visitors between the year 2016 and 2019. So let's first understand what is the CAGR. CAGR stands for the compound annual growth rate. So basically using the CAGR, one can find out whether their investment is growing or declining. So if your CAGR is positive, it indicates that the investment is growing, and if it is negative, it indicates that the investments are the declining. So for this purpose, I have used the waterfall chart, and if the top three districts who are growing is a Mancherial, Wrangle, and Bhadradri. They are having the positive CAGR. So these are the three districts who are growing. And now let's come to the bottom three domestic districts. So this is a Wrangle Urban, Nalakonda and Karimnagar. They are having the negative CAGR, which indicates that districts are declining at a greater rate. So the government can give the more attention to these three districts. They need to find out why the visitors are not visiting these places. There might be the number of the issues like a cleanliness issue, or might be the crime rate is high over there, security issues, or the infrastructure problem is there. So the government can work on these factors, and apart from these, the government can promote the tourism through the marketing, like TV marketing. They can do social media marketing, and they can give the offers and the discount to the tourists to attract the more tourists into this um, districts. They can also do the TV shows which shows the cultural heritage of these districts to attract more tourists to these three districts. So now let's see what is the next request. What are the peak and the low season month for the Hyderabad based on the data from 2016 to 2019 for Hyderabad district. So here we are particularly discussing about the Hyderabad district. So for a domestic visitor, if we see, the June is a peak month because they are having a 16.9 million visitors, and the February is the lowest month because it is having only 5 million of the visitors. And if we talk about the foreign tourists, the December, January and February are the peak month because they are having 120k visitors, followed by 106k, 103k visitors. This may be possible that during the Thanksgiving, Christmas and the New Year event, the foreign tourists are visiting more. And the low season is a May it because it is having only 60.4k visitors. So now let's see the next request. It says that show the top and bottom three district with a high domestic to foreign tourist ratio. So let's see what is a high domestic to foreign tourist ratio. So basically it says that the domestic visitor is going to be more in that district rather than the foreign tourist. So based on the analysis, here you can see that these are the top three districts: Hyderabad, Razana, Sarsila and the Wrangle urban. So these are the top three districts based on the high domestic to foreign tourist ratio. That means this is the place which is the more popular among the domestic visitors rather than the foreign tourist. And if I'll talk about the bottom three district, it's a Pedapalli, Kamareddy and the Suryapeta. So these are the districts which is a less popular among the domestic visitors. So the next request says that list the top and bottom five district based on the population to tourist footfall ratio in year 2019. So basically this calculation is based on year 2019. So what are the top five districts? So Hyderabad, Rajana Sarsila, Wrangle and Yadagiri and Badradiri. These are the top five districts which is having the high population to tourist footfall ratio. On other hand, these are the bottom five districts: Nizamabad, Komaram, Pedapalli, Kamareddy and Suryapete. So these are the five districts um, which are having the less population to tourist footfall ratio. So the next question says that what will be the projected number of domestic and foreign tourists in Hyderabad in 2015 based on the growth rate from previous year. So for this purpose I have used the line chart because it provides the trend line facility and the forecast line facility. So if we see from 2016 to 2019, the number of visitors is 23 million, which got increased little bit to 27 million, and it got declined to 20 million, and again it got declined to 14 million. So basically the trend line indicate that the number of visitors are declining, and the forecast line also shows the same thing. So for the year 2025, I see that with 99 percent confidence interval, the number of visitors is going to be 8.23 million, in year 2025. The negative sign indicates that the number of visitors is going to decline, and this is for the domestic visitors. Now let's come and talk about the foreign visitors. Foreign tourists. So if we see the trend line indicate that there is an increase in the foreign tourists. So in year 2016 we can see that there is a 0.17 million tourists, and then it got increased to 0.25 million, and again it got increased to 0.32 million, and again in the next year we are having the same number of the foreign tourists, which is a 0.32 million. The forecast line indicate that there is going to be the increase in the foreign tourists. So for year 2025, with a 99 confidence interval, I can say that the population is going to be 0.6 million in year 2025. Coming to the next question, it says that estimate the projected revenue for Hyderabad in 2025 based on the average spent per tourist approximate data. So foreign tourist is spending 5600 and the domestic tourist is spending 1200. So again for this purpose I have used the line chart, and I can see the data over here. For the 2016 there is a 29 billion revenue, and it got increased to 34 billion in the next year, but it got decreased to 25 billion in the year 2018, and again it got decreased to 18 billion. And if we see the trend line indicate that there is a continuous uh, decline in the revenue, and the same way the forecast line indicates that in the year 2025 with a 99% confidence level, the revenue is going to be 6.27 billion. So the next question says that district with the highest potential. Which district has a high potential for a tourism growth, and what actions the government can take? So as per the data analysts, we have seen that the Hyderabad, Rajna Sarsila, Wrangle Urban, and Mincherial, Wrangle Rural, and Bhadradri, these are the districts which are doing well and growing well. So the government can promote the tourist places through the TV advertisement, radio, digital marketing, and the social media marketing. They can also collaborate with the travel bloggers to showcase the beauty and the cultural heritage of that place. They can make their package offer or the discount for the adventure tourism, beach tourism, culture tourism, ecotourism, religious tourism, and wildlife tourism, and medical tourism, etc. They can make the website which includes all the details of every district, and they can make a user friendly maps, and also they can include the helpline numbers as well. The connectivity transportation should be good so that the tourists can move around the district easily, and the government can also ensures the proper safety of every tourist, and they can host the festivals, cultural events, and the corporate event to attract more tourism. They can take the feedback from the tourist once they visited it, and based on those feedback they can work on it. So next question says that cultural corporate event to boost tourism. Yes, definitely cultural and corporate event can give a boost to the tourism. So the question is says that what kind of a event the government can conduct. So if we'll talk about, we can the government conduct the cultural events like a festival, exhibition, fair, music concert, art exhibition, etc. And if we'll talk about the corporate event, there are the conferences and the seminars, trade and the exhibition, product launch, or the charity events which can be organized by the government to boost the tourism. So which month? If we'll talk about the Hyderabad, So June is a big month for the Hyderabad for a domestic tourism, and if we'll talk about the foreign tourism, January, February, and December, these are the big month. So the government can manage the infrastructure accordingly and can provide the more facilities to the tourists during those peak season. And apart from the Hyderabad, the Rajna Sarsila and the Wrangle, these are the potential districts which are having a high tourist, so the government can work on that as well. So Dubai has made itself a business hub and enjoys the massive business tourism. Can Hyderabad evaluate a Dubai model and provide insight based on your research? So yes, Hyderabad can evaluate the Dubai model to increase the business tourism. Hyderabad has a strong economy with a focus on an industry such as IT, biotechnology, pharmaceutical, and the manufacturing. The city is a home to the several large multinational companies like uh, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Facebook, and as well as thriving startup ecosystem. The presence of this company has helped the city's economic growth and has made it hub for the innovation and entrepreneurship. Provide all the other recommendations that can boost the Telangana tourism, particularly about the Hyderabad. So government can organize the different event like cultural event, adventure sport event, food festivals, historical and heritage tours, beach festival, wellness and Ayurvedic retreats, developing the infrastructure and amenities for the tourist, offering the incentive and packaging is ensuring the safety and the security. So thank you everyone for watching this presentation. If you have any feedback, any suggestion, you can drop in the comment section. I will be working on that. Thank you. Have a good day.